What is the need of slowly changing dimensions and why we are using slowly changing dimensions? So we are going to understand that. So what do you mean by slowly changing dimension? Why we need to do the slowly changing dimensions? So anyone have idea on this? So SCD means slowly changing dimension. So what do you mean by slowly changing dimension?
It stores and manage both current and historical data, sir, over time in a data warehouse.
Okay.
Slowly changing dimensions are the dimensions that can store the both current and historical data in warehouse.
Okay, very good. So as we are all learning, the Snowflake is one of the data warehousing technology. So this concept is not related to Snowflake. So this concept is basically the how you are building the data warehousing solution for the project. So how we are building the data warehousing solution, like so in this data warehousing solution, there are some n number of technologies involved. So like Snowflake is one of the technology which is going to fit for data warehousing to store the data for analytics purpose. So here we are what if you see the data warehouse architecture. In the data warehouse architecture, if you see like we have the data which is coming from operational systems, like operational data is nothing but the OLTP system. It's a daily transactional data. How the daily transactional data is going to processed. So let's say in our case like that, we are going to pick the data from AWS, or we're going to pick data from Azure. So different cloud, that is called external stage. Even yesterday we tried one example that is called, that's a local files. So just assume every day you are getting some data through the mails. So you are downloading and you are processing through the local process. So that's way we just tried some example. That is nothing but the operational systems data. So all the data that is going to processed, that is going to directly dump into the external stages, that can be AWS or Azure or Google Cloud. And then we are going to process the data to Snowflake, and then we are going to process into DWL BI layer. So you may get question like, what are the different layers in your project? So what are the different layers and how, from where data is coming? So what is going to happen next? And what is going to happen next? What is going to happen each and every layer? That kind of understanding we need to give to the interview. So that's how other person can understand properly this is what happening in your project. So the data which is coming from external sources, the data can be AWS S3 or cloud storage. We are loading the data. From there, we are going to keep the data into Snowflake landing layer. So here, cleaning and transactional data, this is called the staging layer. We can say the data, whatever you are pulling from external stages into Snowflake, that is called, there we are applying some cleaning techniques. So even whatever use case we did yesterday, we can clean the data, like we have some special characters coming. So what are those special characters? That can be hashes, spaces, whatever is there. So how you are going to handle the data? So you got some idea, right? So what kind of data on cleaning operations, what kind of things you are going to do? See, this is the mostly sometimes we are going to get the data like this. So whenever you are fetching data from the external storage to Snowflake, You may do the basic transformations, saying like you can remove the unwanted special characters, that is called data cleaning, and also you standardize the format. So from one source, the data is coming with the pipe delimiter, and other source the data is coming with different format sources sending. So at that time, you are going to handle the data properly. You are going to place the data into staging layer. So at that time, we are just using this concept called how we are going to handle and process data here in the staging process. That's what the step we learned yesterday. So why we did that exercise? What is the need? So you got some idea right now. So the data which is coming from the external stage, and that data is going to bring that data into Snowflake landing layer. That is called cleaning, and just the all the whatever data it is coming like. So what kind of data validations you do? So whenever if you talk about ETL testers and testing team, they are going to perform basic operations. How many records in the source and how many records in the target? Source count and target count is fine, matching. And is there any duplicate records got loaded? And if you see some scenario here, so they are doing like the second column data. What is the second column data here? Say 1000. This is the salary, right? So what they are applying here, reordering of the columns. The data in the second column from the source, it is coming with some value, but that second column value you are going to convert into the third column value into the target table. So if you don't reorder that, the data which we are trying to load is going in the wrong positions. So that is also reordering. So how we are going to validate data validation with this, right? Source columns minus target columns, and target columns minus source column. Those kind of validations you do. They may ask you a question. So what kind of validations you perform whenever you are loading data from one stage to another stage? So yeah, if you are becoming ETL tester, they are going to do these kind of validations. The tester job is very simple. Just they are going to validate the data like, so source is 100 records, yes, target is 100 records. So first step is we are comparing the count comparison, whether count is matching or not. And second step is there any duplicates records got loaded into the target table? You know how to write the query for this. And also third one is data validation, column validation. So all the columns exactly landed into the target table as it is. Is there any? So your source is having, this is the data, but your target is having only Kindle, and 3245 is going into other place. How you write the SQL statement to compare both? So these kind of validations, if you are becoming ETL tester or data validation, so database tester, your job is to write some SQL statements to compare the data whether it is going to validate correctly or not. So is there any other things testers do? I think Prasad and Syed from testing background. So what are the other validations you do? Even
Checking null values,
myself
sir.
from testing background. These are
Checking
all
the null
things you
values.
learned from your course, or is there any other validations you are doing in data validation point of view?
Under duplicate.
So Traisan, you are from data testing or manual testing you are doing?
There are only web automation, sir.
Automation testing,
Website automation.
API testing.
API also will do, sir.
Do you mean you are doing Selenium?
Selenium, as well as performance testing with JMeter.
Oh, JMeter, very good. Okay.
And
Oh,
API
fine.
testing, we use SOAP UI and Postman.
Oh, good. Okay, got it. Okay. Yeah. So what, Prasad? This is correct. Whatever validations we are discussing, I think Traisan is from different testing background. So people who are from data validation testing, they might heard about these validations.
Yeah, duplicate validation,
Yes,
null
sir.
row count validations, data loss zinc values,
Anything
minus
else apart from this?
Yeah, Elson. Hello.
Which,
Yeah, Elson.
sorry, I didn't get Prasad what you were telling.
Yeah, null validations, duplicate validations, column validations, minus validations, minus query validations.
Minus means
Verifying
that is the
source
data
and target.
validation only, right?
First one is verifying source and target
Get
record
that.
columns, and the second one is checking duplicate records in customer target table, and
Yeah.
the third point is comparing source and target column mapping.
Now that is data
And if there
validation
is any
only.
null value, yes sir, data validation.
Yeah. Okay.
If there is
Good.
any null values, so we have to check the null values also. And after that, we will check the count. If source and target both are matched, then we will load the data into target table.
Yeah, correct. So just you are doing that validation. Nowadays, there is no tester role separately. Now developers only doing that testing also. That's the reason. Earlier, 5-6 years back, there are some dedicated people working for testing. So those people job is to, our job is to build the logic and their job is to validate the data. That's it. There is some separate job is there for the testing. Now people are not interested to keep separate testing person. So developer only do everything. So developer only act like a validate the code and write the code and test it and then send it to the different team. So everybody that the process completely changed. That's the reason there is very less opportunities for testing, especially in data technologies. If the project is critical, like banking project, and they have budget to keep the testing team, at that time they can hire the separate testing person, and they are going to do these kind of validations. Okay, now we are comparing about data which is coming from staging. So here, see, there is some in between how the data coming from operational systems to this cleaning area. In between, they are using some ETL tools. So even whatever job you are doing right now, whatever task we did yesterday, same thing we can do with the ETL. So in the ETL tools, that's you can say like Informatica, or you can say like whatever tools are there. So same logic we are going to build. Instead of writing SQL statement in the ETL tool, just you are developing that logic. In the background, that tool converting the whatever drag and drop options you are doing, that's going to convert as a same logic. So now the writing logic is very complex. Most of the people don't have idea. That's the reason that the tools came into the picture. They simplified our knowledge, and just the help of drag and drop features, these ETL tools come into the market. If you are able to write logic on your own, so we can learn tool just matter of 1 week. People who are not able to write the code on their own, those people can use those tools. So you can use any ETL tool in between, same operation, what ETL do, same thing, whatever we did, that is the only thing ETL do. Nothing is, the ETL is not something else which we are thinking. It is same, it's kind of drag and drop operations we are going to do in the ETL tool. Okay, so far we are clear. We are just bring the data into Snowflake staging layer. Is it clear, right? So far, everybody clear? What happened? Still, we need to move until the last. So still, just we are here in the cleaning and process. There are some other layers also we are going to involve. We need to complete until we need to give this data to the Power BI or Tableau dashboards. You are clear? So you need to relate same thing in your project, whatever you are working in the real process. Everywhere it's the same. Whenever you join into the project first day, you need to ask, can you tell me the data flow, project architecture, how data coming, from where data coming, so what is the external stage we are using? These are all the questions we need to raise in the first day. And how the data coming into Snowflake, is there any ETL tool involved, or we are doing directly in the Snowflake? So after that, what we are doing? So these are all the different questions we need to ask someone whoever working in the data warehousing project. That can be it's not about Snowflake, it's about the data warehousing project. So if you are the Informatica developer, you are doing same thing. If you are the some Matillion developer, you are doing same thing. If you are using some Snowflake, if you are using Redshift, if you are using BigQuery, if you are using Synapse, everything is this process same. Only that UI is going to change. Snowflake, you are using different environment. Azure, if you are using different UI, it's going to come. So what is the difference between Gmail and Yahoo Mail? So anyone use apart from Gmail any other mail?
Yes, sir. Yahoo, sir.
Yeah, what is the difference between Gmail and Yahoo? So
In
first
Gmail,
time
we will
whenever
use
you are learning,
the,
you don't know anything about mailing, just one of your friend told, this is what compose, this is how the mail you are going to send. So once you are comfortable with that, again you need to get knowledge from Yahoo Mail from someone.
No need, sir.
no, sir, no,
We
no.
can try on our own, right? So at least if you don't, you can search in where is compose option in Yahoo Mail. We can Google it and we can find that option or not. So what is
Yes,
the
sir.
overall purpose you are using here? Just to send mail to other person. Whether you are using Gmail, whether you are using Yahoo Mail, or you are using Rediff Mail, whatever mails. These are all the different companies working for different. Only that UI, right? Screen, the visualization is going to change. That's the only difference, right? Gmail having, they are putting options in different way, and you're there, and other people they are putting options like different way. So Gmail having, this is a nice UI, and the if you see the most of the options are same, right? Whenever, whether it is a Gmail or it is a Yahoo, whatever it is. Is it correct or not? The same way, whenever you are trying to learn some anything, the purpose is same. The what is the main end objective we are trying to get? We are going to get the raw data. We are converting that raw data into the structured data, and then we are giving that data to the BI, visualization layer. How that cricket scores is showing, like first over how much run rate, second over how much run rate. So this Sachin Tendulkar is having what is the history in one day. How all that it's very easy to understand data with the help of pictures, right? Instead of data. If I show the tabular data, whenever people watching that cricket match, they like that.
No, sir.
So
No.
that is the end objective for projecting your data into the right place. So in the background, all these stages is going to complete, and all the data that's going to clean and maintain properly in the data warehousing solution. Got my point? Now, so next step is, now all the data whatever we are discussing, all the data which is here in the cleaning, and the data we kept into the Snowflake layer, that is the Snowflake staging layer. The next layer is data warehousing layer. So before loading data into data warehousing layer, we are going to keep all the data with the cleaned and proper format. We just keep the data into one of the tables that is called staging tables. So the next layer, what we are talking about, it's a data warehousing layer. So this data warehousing layer, this is a key layer where you are applying some complex transformations, and also how you want to maintain data in the data warehousing tables. That's going to define in the data warehousing layer. See, the data which is coming from in data warehousing, we have total 20 tables are there. So from the source also 20 different files, 20 different data files, it's coming one to one, like whatever data it is coming, just we are going to keep that data into data warehousing tables. So how you want to maintain data in the data warehousing tables? This is the next question we are going to get. How you want to maintain data in the data warehousing tables? So you want to maintain data. So today, just assume there is one person, customer, purchasing some product, and that data, whatever data transaction end of the day, that's going to clean, and the data coming into data warehousing. So you want to maintain the customer latest data, or you want to maintain the customer history data also? That is the question. So you want to maintain only active data or historical data also? So whenever you load data into data warehousing tables, so all the data that is going to, it's not possible to change anything once you load data into data warehousing tables. So data is not in the, it's not going to be overwrite. So that is the difference between maintaining data in the database and data maintaining in the data warehouse. So that is the difference between OLTP and OLAP. So you got my point, right? So you are going to maintain data, whether you want to maintain the data, it's a historical data, or you want to maintain the active data. That is going to define the this SCDs. So SCDs is slowly changing dimensions. So whether it's going to be maintained or it's not going to be maintained, you want to maintain the history, that is going to define by the business. We don't need to worry about it. So they will tell clearly whenever you are working in the data warehousing tables. So this is what you want to maintain, only the current data. You want to maintain the historical data as well. Based on that, where we can come back, we can understand like, oh, they are going to work on SCD type 1 or SCD type 2 or SCD type 3. So there are some different SCD types. These three are main important SCD types. So now you are clear, right? What is SCD and where we are using this SCD concept? Is it clear or not?
Yes, sir.
What about others?
Yes,
Anita,
sir.
you are clear?
Yes, sir.
Surendra, Royson.
Yes, sir.
Yes, bro. Clear.
So now we are going to implement this process in Snowflake. Again, how we are going to implement this process in data warehousing? They are going to use some ETL technologies. So again, ETL tool, Informatica, and whatever tool is there, right? They are going to use, and they can implement this process through the tool. So whenever you are learning Informatica, they teach all these things. Whenever you are learning some any ETL tool, they try all these things. If you are learning, if you go for Informatica class in 30 days, 10 days they will teach data warehousing concepts. What is OLTP, what is OLDP, and what is dimension, and what is fact, what is this, that, what. That is 25% syllabus. After that, they will just explain the tool. This is what is SCD, or what SCD is going to happen. So almost 50% of the things, whatever we are discussing, that is same thing there. Remaining 50%, just they will give idea about tools, like how you implemented, what is transformation, how you used. So all those things they can teach. If we have learning attitude, so already we covered 50%, remaining 50% we can learn from the Google or YouTube. That's it. That is the only difference between ETL, learning ETL tool, and whatever codes we are doing. So I'm giving some generalized knowledge, like we should not spend much time, much money for spending different tools. You have to relate the things. You go YouTube and try to start learning, start working on it. You will get it automatically. It's all about interest and passion, what you are going to do. Now, we are focusing on Snowflake. That's the reason I'm just focusing on the Snowflake concepts to implement this process. Same thing you can do with the ETL tools also. You can, if you go to Google, YouTube. So if you see like YouTube knowledge, say whatever it is. So if you go to YouTube, how to, just I'm giving some implement SCD. See, are you able to see this? So what is the answers we got in dropdown? So this
Type
SCD
1 type.
concept, see, how to implement SCD type 2 in Informatica, how to implement SCD type 1 in Informatica, how to implement SCD type 2 in data stage. See what are the different things we got in dropdown. So see again, talent is the ETL tool, Informatica is the ETL tool, and also Snowflake we are learning. PySpark is same, SSIC, everything is the same. Only thing is the way how you are implementing is different. If you want to implement same thing, if you just go to one video, like if you want to understand how it's implemented in Informatica, so just if you see this video, there are a lot of videos available which is going to help us. So see, like they explain very well all the points and concepts. So this is where we need to spend time, we need to implement all these things. So if it is required, we are not sure your company using Informatica, your company using Talent, or your company using data stage, or your company implemented same thing in the Snowflake. You should get ready for everything. You should not worry about, oh my god, they are asking Informatica, I don't know. Nothing is there. If you know the concept, how it's got implemented, if you are able to understand what is what, you can able to do anything. Just only we have that fear. I don't know anything. So we are not going to do anything in the one day, right? It's a matter of months time how we are going to implement and understand these things. But nowadays, so if you want to implement this thing with Informatica, again, what is the problem? Why companies not going to implement Informatica or any other ETL tool? It's again we need to pay additional license cost, right? So if you want to implement this thing with again Informatica, now why companies only wanted to use Snowflake? They don't want to use some additional tools, because of whenever if you want to implement this process in Snowflake, we need to pay licensing cost for Snowflake, and also we need to pay licensing cost for Informatica also. That is additional cost to company or not? So client need to pay additional amount for it, right? Is it yes or no?
Yes, sir.
So that's the reason companies are implementing everything within the Snowflake or within the same technology, and also they are using some open source technology which is free of cost instead of spending money on the paid tools. That's the reason the cloud technology, there are a lot of open source tools and technologies are coming up. So that is going to be implemented and used with the less cost. Okay, now this is just I'm giving some idea about everything is the same, just we have to tune our mind. We should not differentiate ourselves, is something like everybody is same, having some unique great quality. So how you are going to understand implement things, we have to think about it whenever you are using. Okay, now so now I'm giving some simple examples like what is SCDs, why we are using SCDs, we are clear, right? So what is the need of using SCDs? So we are going to understand with some simple example. So if you see this example, like whenever you are going to implement SCD type 1. So this is basically, it's a SCD type 2 example. We'll try to give the SCD type 1 example. So what is SCD type 1? Anyone having idea? I told you guys read and come back. So what is SCD type 1?
Adding and overwriting the data.
It can store most recent data.
Okay. So the data, whatever is coming from the source. So the data, whatever is coming from the source. So let's say from the external stage, you are getting this data, and you are going to so Just assume whatever data we extracted, like from the external stage or internal stage in the Snowflake. So even my account got expired. So whatever data it's got extracted, right? Just assume this is the data got landed into the Snowflake staging table. So whenever you are trying to load this data into Snowflake target table, so that can be Snowflake staging table. So we are going to use the data surrogate key is nothing but we already implemented the sequence key, right? Anyone remember what is sequence key? Why we use sequence key in one of the session last class? How you generated the sequence key? Anyone remember that? Yes or no?
It will come sequentially numbers.
You just
Columns
give
will be
the
in
sequence.
sequence.
Yeah, just it will come. It will give the sequence numbers. So load date. Same thing we are implementing in our Snowflake. So now surrogate key is it's a data warehousing key which is going to maintain the sequence numbers. So it is going to maintain sequence number for our data which you want to maintain the uniqueness. So whenever the same record it is going to be implemented, so that data can be like this first day. So we have employee number 1, A, salary is 100 and department number is 10 and loaded. Today you are running some jobs, that's the reason you are loading this. So this is how all the data which already available in the external stage you brought, and that data you are going to load into the data warehousing tables like this. So this is the next layer, data warehousing layer. So still now our data is available into this particular stage. This is we can call it as a Snowflake stage. Now this is the next layer called data warehousing ready layer. So before that we have another layer that is called external stage or storage, that can be AWS or Azure or Google Cloud. Before these technologies come into the picture, everything is a physical storage. That's all additional storage costs. Now this is all implemented in the cloud platforms. So the company is saving a lot of cost to maintain, to avoid the physical servers and all those things. That's the reason all the cloud technologies come into the picture. The data which is coming from the external stage, you can use the Snowflake stage or anything, Google BigQuery stage, anywhere. Process is same. Or you can use Azure or Redshift. Is process is same. But end of the day, everything is going to work with the SQL. And also DWBI ready layer. Now we are all implementing with the Snowflake. That's the reason we are focusing on the Snowflake. Now let's say your source is like this. So you want to apply the transformations like whatever the values. If the value is in between 1 to 10, then we are going to append 3 zeros like this. If the value is coming like or other than, just I'm giving some simple transformations, other than 1 to 10, just you are going to append three ones to the data. So this is the transformation is going to happen in the employee number. This is how, right? If the values are in between 1 to 10, we are going to take as a zeros, just append the zeros. If the value is other than 1 to 10, we are going to take it as a ones. So if we have some 100 records, it's going to happen all the employee number which is coming from the source, and you are converting that data into target like this. Is it valid transformation or not? Yes, sir. This is what we are going to implement next. You are trying to understand the requirement now. You got it right? Are you able to understand, everyone? Halima,
Yes, sir.
Alithya,
Yes, sir.
Anita,
Yes,
Krishnamurthy.
sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I need your response. If you sit ideal, I feel like you don't understand. Okay. Now employee name. Now that is they will share that a business requirement document and source to target mapping document. This is all the mapping documents they specified. Whenever we see our Cloud Hill website, same you are going to do that exercise. That is what I'm expecting. So same thing we created some projects here. So next whoever we are all going to take this assignment. So if you go to the courses, Snowflake course self projects. So here we have some project. This project we have to take care. So I clearly specified the requirement. I clearly give the mapping document also. You need to understand this mapping document on your own. Now I'm giving some example. See what is the source and what is the transformation. So if you see like country region, consider only first three characters. If the country is India, then take the IND and send that data into target. Like that, I created different transformation rules here. We need to implement this on your own. This is what next exercise you are all going to do on your own. Now I'm giving some simple transformation idea, and that is the employee number coming. Then employee name, like append all the employee names with Kumar. That I don't know how you are do. You have to. This is what the business is asking. They will ask anything, but we are in a position. This is how you want to convert that source, whatever data is available in the staging. We are going to convert that data into target table. Correct, right? So this is the another transformation you are going to. So clear? Is it clear or not? And next step is salary, which is coming 100, but we are going to calculate the annual salary. The source, how to calculate the annual salary? 100 into 12, right? So how much it's going to become? 1200. 2400. 2400. Is it clear? How you're transforming the data on different fields. So whenever you are trying to do the 10, so you have to convert this value as 10. 20. Is it clear? This is how the business asking to convert the data to required format. They will ask anything, or else they will ask to send directly as it is. We don't need to transform it. So whatever is there, just directly. And also, whenever it is trying to load the data, that date we are passing for all the columns. So the data which is coming from the external stage in the one format, after that you cleaned and transformed the data, keep the data into stage in one format. After that, the data warehousing layer is asking data in the another format. So you are getting right how data coming, how you are transforming data, and how this data is going to connect into the BI dashboard. Is it clear? This is the transformation. This is the ETL. What is the meaning of ETL? Extracting the data, apply the transformation, and then load the data. We are not using any ETL tool. We are implementing same thing within the Snowflake without going for any third party, any additional tools. That's the reason Snowflake have capability to handle anything. They can able to manage anything. Got it?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Any questions so far? So that is the first thing. Whatever data coming, that is the first stage. All the data got loaded, and this data is now it is in the DWBI layer. Now it's connected and it's going to be used. So all the data which is storing in the this DWBI layer. This is the layer. That this layer is nothing but, so we can call it as a This is the layer is a data warehousing. This is the first day. And second day, what is going to happen today? Today completed, tomorrow. Tomorrow, same some new data is going to come. So everyday business is going to continuously, right? It's not going to stop within one day. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
You are
Yes,
able
bro.
to understand how it's going to happen in the business. It's a continuous
Yes, sir.
process, right? It's not going to stop in one day. So first day we have how many records? 3 records. And second day, there is some existing record like employee number. His name got changed. That is the one requirement. So what kind of new records we are expecting in the second day in the business? So what are the different possibilities we are going to get in the second day? Just you are assume you are running some small supermarket, or you are running some some business cloth store, or you are running some store, whatever business you are running. So whatever daily changes is going to different customers going to come to you. Just think, just there are some different scenarios. Just think it's a business point of view. I'll come in 2 minutes. So you got it. So you need to give work to our brain. So మనం brain ఎంత ఎక్కువ వాడితే అది అంత fast మనకు it will give you response అన్నమాట. If we don't give work to our brain, right, it's always keep ideal, it's always think in one direction. It's always in the listening mode. Whenever you talk and whenever you think and tell, right, your brain also is going to start thinking. So what is the possibilities if you are running some simple store? So what kind of
One
data
person
it's
will
going
come,
to
one person like X person, he will come like daily or 2 times or 3 times. He may come per store. Not only different persons maybe come some days, some
okay.
daily
So
customers maybe.
yesterday one person came and tomorrow also that person came to purchase the new product, or it's going to come with some existing product.
Yes.
Is it possible scenario?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes, sir.
So what else?
Daily new products will also come.
Some new customers also coming. Yeah, that's very good. So instead of existing, some new customers also coming. Okay, very good. So as it is, same person come without any change. So he just come and check whether he purchased right product or not. That is also possibility, right?
Yes, sir.
So anything else apart from these scenarios? Is there anything else possible? Okay, now just assume same thing. Second day, employee number 1. So this person 1. So now what is happening in his data? So his name yesterday, what is his name? A. But today his name is like. So what is this scenario
BC.
existing with changes? This is the scenario, right?
Yes, sir.
So existing with change. What about 2B? 2B is a as it is.
Same
Is there
thing.
any change? 2B salary is same, department number also. Department number change, right? This is also
Different.
existing with change. He moved to other department. So any change with the previous record, that is a change, right? So what about this record? 30C210. 10. I am giving as it is. So
Same
this
as
is same, means duplicate. And next scenario, what is this customer? 4E, this is new.
it's new.
Correct, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
If you talk about any business, bank, commerce, retail, life insurance, and healthcare, everywhere, this is the possible scenarios. Just you think about different. Is there any possibility in any business? The implementation is same. Okay. Now, what is how we are going to maintain this data in next day? So this data is something. This is SCD type 2. Now we are learning type 1. Now, how your data in first day? This is the data available in the first day. So this data available in the second day. What is going to happen second day in your data warehousing table on the same whenever new changes come? So already existing data is there. So whenever you are implementing the is now this data is coming on 21st. It's not 20, it's 21st. So tomorrow, right? So your jobs are going to run every day. All the changes going to come in the now how it's going to be handled, how it's going to be maintained whenever you are going to do these changes. Whenever you are implementing the type 1. So what is the type 1 means? It's not going to handle any of the historical data. It's going to maintain only the current data. Means what is the what is the history? 100A Kumar. But now what is going to happen? It's going to change the BCD Kumar. So BCD Kumar, this is the only change, right? 10. So what about what is his yesterday's name? A. But that information is not that. That's overwritten here. Whenever you implement the SCD type 1 in your project, the history data is going to be overwritten. It's not going to be available. You are maintaining only the current data. That's what the definition you learned from Google or YouTube, wherever it is. Is it correct or not?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So next 2. So what is the 2? 2 is not getting any changes. So that's the reason there is no change with the 2 record. So yeah, 2 also got changed with the department number 30, right? So just it's overwritten with the latest information. Got it? And 3. So not 3, 30. Just I changed for 30. And this is same. This is as it is record, no change.
Department
So
number is 10.
yeah, just going to maintain with the latest. A new record added. So this is also going to load into data warehousing table. And that's how records keep increasing and adding into your Snowflake. So insert right. Now this is the 3. This is the new sequence number. It's going to come. So 4 means which category, whether it is going to append zeros or ones as per the mapping rule. It's a 1 to 10. That's the reason I'm going to append E. Kumar and 6,000. This is 10. Okay, this is clear. So is it continuous process? It's not going to stop in one day. As long as your business running is 1 year or 2 years, all the data is going to maintain like this. Data is keep adding. It's in the SCD type 1 table. Next day, what is going to happen? Again, existing come means overwrite, new means adding. Same thing is going to happen every day. Is it correct? So how we are implementing the data? You are writing some logic in the Snowflake. You are writing some procedure. That procedure is going to automate the task every day. Every evening 9 o'clock it's going to run. The data is going to refresh like this. This is what we need to implement in Snowflake.
Bro, here I have a small doubt. There is a like fourth one, 6,000 we give sales means it is a requirement to replace the 10 to that is 500 to 6,000.
Which one?
This one fourth column, fourth row. That is last second day, fourth row.
6,000. We are transformation logic is we are going to do the annual salary. We are multiplying into 12.
12 yes. Okay.
Just for employee number. You are like
Employee
if
yes. Employee number also we are giving like 4,000 means
1 to 10, then they will give specify the mapping dot 1 specify append 3 zeros, else append 3 ones. This is the logic for employee number. Okay,
that's
so and
requirement.
employee name append Kumar for all names. They will tell clearly this document like this. And what is that? Salary multiply sal with 12. So that is annual salary. So then department number. If you have some 100 columns, they will use the requirement like this. If the value is 10, then decode with 10. If the value is 20, then decode with 20. If the value is 30, then decode with 30. Is it clear? So they
Yes,
will
bro.
then specify that according to that, we need to understand and implement logic in the whatever technology you are using. This mapping rules, whether you are using ETL developer, informatica developer, same document. How you are implementing is going to change. The process is same. Everywhere jobs is there. If you are the informatica person, too many jobs. If you are the Snowflake person, too many jobs. If you are data stage person, so too many jobs. But only thing is how you are implementing, how you are doing. That is very. People don't have. Everybody having 50-50 knowledge. Nobody have 100% knowledge. Everybody want job, but they don't want to learn. So that is the reason most of the people not getting jobs. People who have some at least minimum learning attitude, they can think and they can implement it. So everybody going to survive in this industry. Okay, now that is different story. Now you are clear, right? What is the SCD type 1? How you implement it?
Yes, bro.
This
Yes,
is the
sir.
example for
Yes,
SCD
sir.
type. In the same way, whenever you are talking about SCD type 2, quickly I will explain so that now type 1. So we have another sheet. Just I will give the example about this type 2. So if you see the same example, what is the difference between type 1 and type 2? Type 1, what we learned, type 1 is going to maintain only the current data. It's not going to maintain any of the historical data. So whenever you are talking about type 2, so type 2 is going to handle current data
Historical data.
plus historical data. Got my point?
Yes, sir.
Now let's see in the same example. We have data like 1, 2, 3 records are there. whenever you are loading first day in the target table, as it is data 1, if you want to apply transformations, you can apply same thing here. Just here they applied only the department number. So whenever you are implementing type 2, you can see some additional columns like effective start date and effective end date and active flag. So these 3 additional columns they are going to maintain in the data warehousing table. Based on the whatever table structure we are having, we can understand this is the SCD type 1 or type 2. If someone asks, one of your friend, you are working on one table, one of your friend asking, so which SCD type you are using in your project? Like that they will question you whenever you are discussing tea time or something. What's your answer? You are going to, I don't know, they don't, they didn't discuss about it. They never told about it. That is how you answer, right? So if you understand the table structure, we can identify whether it is a type 1 or type 2. Now we got some difference, right? Whenever we are table having this start date and end date and flags, then we can say blindly that is a SCD type 2. Okay. Now see what is the value it is going to come whenever you are using the what day you are going to load data, that is the start date. So what till what date this particular person is active, we don't know. We can't decide, right? Tomorrow you need to go back, you need to resign. So we are going to maintain some default date that is called high end date. One standard default date that is the 31/12/9999. This is what the date they are going to tell. That is the default end date. We can keep as a first date. Sorry. Yes. Someone asking. Someone asking something.
No, sir, nothing, sir.
So that is how the active this record, this person is active today. That's the reason we are maintaining the. So we can make it as a y. That's how all the records having the date first day. Now, whenever it's come to the second day, again, this he got updated and this person also got updated. This is a duplicate and this is new. So whenever we are going to implement SCD type 2, see first day we are already having 3 records, right? So now what is going to happen? First day record as well as today's previous record as well as both records we are going to maintain in the table. Now one, if you observe one, earlier his name is A. Whenever that new record coming with the same ID, same details, that end date is going to update it with the whatever date is coming. So the end date is closing, right? You observe that end day, that previous record. So that means till that day only this person is active. That's that purpose we are going to close this end date. And also we are updating flag as N. And you are opening the active this particular record with the latest changes, the date whatever he is storing and the IN date we are maintaining, activate this particular record as a active. So total how many records are there in your data warehousing table? 2 records are. One is the history data, another one is the current data. Both records we are maintaining in the SCD type 2. Is it clear?
Yes,
So
sir.
this is
Yes, sir.
the meaning of historical data. So what is it? Whenever you are learning the data warehousing is used to store the historical data for analyzing the business. This is what definition you give, right? This is the meaning of historical data. Whenever new records are coming, let's keep storing and keep going. If the same one person is coming, continuous changes 10 times or 20 times, 20 history records will be there for this one person. So 20 records it will be there and 30, whatever it is. It's if you are maintaining your company maintaining 5 years data or 10 years data, within the 10 years, that change is going to come a number of times. So that many times you are going to get and access the data. Is it clear?
Here we are giving end date means it is like 12/4/2022. It is going to close
Yeah.
that date, that person.
Yes, exactly. Whenever that particular person changes come, that particular day or minus 1 day, it's going to close. That is the end date we are updating.
Okay. But see, third one is 31/12/9999. It won't change.
So third one, there is no change, right? Third one is the active record only. Is there any change in third record? Duplicate, right?
Yes,
So we are
that is
not
file
picking that
check.
record from the source.
Yes. Okay.
Third one is not changed, right? That's the reason we are not touching anything with that.
Okay.
Okay. So this is how the implementation, the way how you want to maintain store data is going to be different. That is SCD type 1 or type 2, whatever it is. So your business clearly specifies you want to apply type 2 on this table. So we are going to follow type 2. If your business wanted to say type, you want to follow type 1. We are going to say this question. This is how you implement. Okay. So now type 3 is basically is going to maintain the just previous transaction data. Like let's say if we have some one is coming 2 times, right? So again one changes with the next day, it just current data as well as just previous data is going to maintain, not before the data. It's not going to maintain in the type 3. Type 3 is not that much important. Just for getting idea, just try to understand how the type 3 is going to be used. So most of the time type 1 type 3 is most important, but they will ask in interviews what is type 3. It's going to maintain only the just immediate previous transaction date. That's only we can tell. So just we can find some very nice articles in Google. So with the examples, just try to get it. Tomorrow we'll see, we'll do implementation practically with the Snowflake. So we already know Snowflake procedures and how to do. So we'll write some Snowflake insert and update logics. So we'll try to implement practically, and we'll use streams also. How we can implement it, we can use practically in the tomorrow session. Okay. So any questions?
Excuse me, sir.
Yes, Syed.
Suppose if an employee who is working in a location Bangalore, so in the same company like Wipro, so he will get relocated to the Hyderabad. So in the same organization, in a Wipro. So his current and historical data will be changed in the SCD type 2 or else SCD type 1, sir. Comes under.
So if we are working Wipro data, Wipro going to decide whether you want to maintain companies only active data or you want to maintain the historic data. If they want to maintain historical data, both records will be there. If they don't want the history, just they want to maintain active data, only current location will be there. That's going to decide by the company. We are not going to decide that.
Oh, okay, sir.
So you are employee working for that company or client, anyone. So they will decide. Based on that, we act. We can't decide on our own, right?
Yeah, sir. Of course.
So whatever they want, we work and we just implement and give to them. That's how it is.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah. So so how many of you done that exercise? I think Tyson shared that. Tyson, you fixed that error, right? Can you all please unmute quickly and tell me what's your status and how many of you tried and they completed? So Syed, I think you are getting some errors. You are able to fix that error?
No, sir. It's coming the same error.
Okay. So what is that error? Just quickly, can you share your screen? Are you able to share your screen quickly or not?
Yes, sir. I will.
So you want to, your name is, which name I want to give access, presented access?
Syed, sir, Syed.
So two names are there, Syed Ajaruddin is there, Syed is there. Which one you want to get access?
Sir, Syed is from the laptop.